The notion that the Satanic New World Order is behind the concept of global warming as a means to control the populace is a conspiracy theory that does gain traction among some groups. This idea suggests that a secretive and powerful elite, often referred to as the New World Order, is manipulating the narrative around climate change to further their own agenda. According to this theory, the New World Order is using the threat of global warming to impose their control over the world's population, economies, and governments. Proponents of this theory argue that the concept of global warming is fabricated or exaggerated, and that the evidence presented by scientists is either false or misleading. They claim that the New World Order is using this fabricated threat to justify the implementation of policies and regulations that restrict individual freedoms, promote socialism, and concentrate wealth and power in the hands of a few. These policies, they argue, include carbon taxes, climate change mitigation strategies, and sustainable development initiatives, which are seen as a means to redistribute wealth, undermine national sovereignty, and impose a one-world government. One of the key pieces of evidence cited by proponents of this theory is the supposed inconsistency in climate data and the alleged manipulation of scientific research. They point to instances where climate models have been found to be flawed or where scientists have been accused of falsifying data. However, these claims are often based on cherry-picked information, misinterpretation of data, and a lack of understanding of the scientific process. The overwhelming consensus among climate scientists is that human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases, are significantly contributing to global warming. Another argument made by proponents of this theory is that the New World Order is using global warming as a pretext to impose a global government, which would supposedly be controlled by a small group of powerful individuals. They claim that this government would have the authority to dictate policies, regulate economies, and control the flow of information, effectively eroding national sovereignty and individual rights. However, this argument is based on a flawed understanding of international cooperation and the role of global governance in addressing global challenges. In reality, the concept of global warming is supported by decades of scientific research and data from multiple lines of evidence, including temperature records, shrinking ice sheets, and shifts in the distribution of plants and animals. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), which is composed of dozens of scientists from around the world, has concluded that it is extremely likely that human activities are the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. The IPCC findings are based on a comprehensive review of the scientific literature, and their conclusions are supported by numerous scientific organizations and academies around the world. Moreover, the idea that the secretive group of individuals is controlling the narrative around global warming is implausible. Climate science is a complex and multifaceted field that involves the contributions of thousands of researchers, scientists, and experts from around the world. The scientific consensus on global warming is not based on a small group of individuals, but rather on the cumulative evidence from multiple lines of research and the rigorous process of peer review. In conclusion, the idea that the Satanic New World Order is behind the concept of global warming as a means to control the populace is a conspiracy theory that lacks credibility. The overwhelming evidence from scientific research and data supports the conclusion that human activities are significantly contributing to global warming. The notion that a secretive group of individuals is manipulating the narrative around climate change is implausible and not supported by evidence. Instead of relying on conspiracy theories, we should focus on addressing the real challenges posed by climate change and work towards developing effective solutions that promote sustainable development, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and protect the environment for future generations.